Hey guys. Yeah, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time that I have been on here. Honestly, I've been having way too much fun on Instagram, trying to be consistent there. And before I bore you with the fact that I haven't been on YouTube in a really long time, I'm gonna talk to you about what we're gonna be doing today. So I created this makeup look in collaboration with my good friend, Tiffany. I'm gonna put her photo right here and put all her information down in the description bar. She is an amazing friend of mine that I connected with on Instagram about a year ago. And today we decided to create a look with makeup that we forgot about, or products that we used to love that we haven't given much love to. And this is the look that I came up with. So if you guys want to see how I did this, just keep watching, or go this way, whatever. See you later. All right, so we're gonna get started with skin. So this is not something I haven't used in a while, but this is just how I always prep my skin. So I'm gonna take my Danessa Myricks Beauty Oil. This is the original one. I'm taking just a couple drops, and I'm just gonna apply it, looking at the mirror. I'm gonna apply on the high points of my face, and whatever's left over, I'll just kind of apply it evenly. And this beauty oil is just the most amazing thing I discovered in 2020, and it just creates a really nice slip on the skin. I find that nothing after when I put it on clings onto any dry patches, so it's just chef's kiss for me. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I'm shade 3, so I'm just gonna apply that on the high points of my face, just add an extra glow before I do my skin correction. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that the Real Techniques brush, the setting brush specifically, is just a huge game changer. I love how small it is, but I love how it blends out everything on my face. What haven't I used in a really long time? I think I'm gonna use my Dior Forever Skin Correct. I used to be obsessed with this. Taking that same setting brush that I applied with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and I have the product in the back of my hand. So the way I use concealer is kind of the same way that I use foundation, but I use a small brush and I dilute it. So I just kind of put the least amount of pressure on my face. And what I love about using a matte concealer, because this concealer is quite matte, is that I find that it kind of tones down the glow, but keeps the glow so I don't look too oily, but I look super glowy, but you know, it doesn't look like I went working out and I didn't clean my face afterwards. I was so excited when Tiff reached out to me to do a collab, because I find that reaching for things you haven't used in a while is quite nostalgic, and it kind of makes you realize that sometimes hot products can come and go, but the reason why you bought certain things, like, you love them for a reason, right? So it's important to, you know, treat them right, kind of like a relationship. You've been with someone for many years, like, you can't take them for granted. You have to still love them. So we're gonna warm up the face just a little bit right now before I apply the blush. And this cost so much. This is the Soleil de Tam de Chanel. This is my new favorite brush. It is the Fenty bronzer brush, and I just think it's amazing. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that product and kind of just warm up the face a little bit. You know, really getting more into makeup, I've realized that this shade for me is a little too orange, but I'm kind of making it work because it's not a cheap product. And I just want to warm up my face a little bit. I really love this shape of the brush. I just find that using the belly kind of creates a really nice soft look, and it's like the softest brush I've ever used. I'm really excited for this part, guys, because this is a palette that I haven't used in a while, and I was, a year ago, obsessed with it. And it was inspired by an Instagram post that reminded me that I posted a year ago. I was using the NARS Afterglow palette. So this palette is actually really gorgeous. I still love it, but I just often forget about it. So we're gonna use that today. So I'm gonna use the lightest shade, the lightest brown shade with my Repper. And I'm gonna apply it a little bit more at the end on my outer corner and place it. So I'm using more the belly of the brush. And when I get most of the color that I want there, I'm just gonna use a clean brush and I'm gonna pull it towards the outside. And if you have just a little bit of color that you didn't want at a certain spot, that's why I don't conceal my under eye right away, because I like to clean it up at the end. So you can build it up. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I just find it's really cool. Like, a year ago, I find that my artistry moved along so much. So looking at how I'm seeing a palette now and the different options that I can do are so much more intricate than what I used to do, so it's gonna be really cool. Maybe I'll do like a side-by-side at the end of like what I did with this palette last year and what I'm doing this year with it. This is one of my favorite brushes, the MAC 226. You can tell that the brush is like basically like a really sharp end at the end, so it's kind of like a paintbrush. And I'm gonna take that darker brown and I'm placing the shade like from the belly all the way to the tip. And I like to use this brush with my eyes completely open, and I'm gonna look straight into the mirror. And this is when I'm gonna add a little bit of the darker color. And because I have hooded eyes, when I open, you'll see that there's kind of like a fold line right there. So I kind of just blend it out. So I kind of open my eyes, close my eyes, open my eyes, close my eyes, and repeat. Just taking my clean brush again and just blending everything out. I'm realizing more and more that when I got this palette, I didn't have a lot of different like eyeshadows from different companies, and I'm realizing that the finish and like how they blend the NARS eyeshadows, they're not my favorite anymore. Like I find that there's many other companies that I actually enjoy more. Like yes, Natasha Denona is expensive, but her mattes blend like no others. Just depends on your taste. I find that these eyeshadows are just a little bit more dry. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take a mix of 2 shades in the palette, and I wanna put that in my inner corner and keep the center of my lid bare. I've been really into doing really negative space, kind of experimenting with what I want on my eyes lately, and I really like it. So I'm just adding a little bit up here to just kind of add a lot of brightness to my eye. So I'm cheating because this is new, but I'm gonna take my floss highlight. This is in the shade Sunlit. I'm gonna take that same brush that I used for the inner corner, and I'm kind of just gonna add this shade to just kind of brighten it. Yes, that's what I wanted the NARS shadow to look like. So the next part is very different from where I was last year, and that's why I'm really excited. So I'm gonna take Makeup by Mario Master Metals, and I'm gonna mix the gold with the beige so that I can get like a softer gold. I'm gonna put that on my lower lash line. One tip that I learned from Katie Jane Hughes is when you have your liner brush, just kind of spin into the product so the liner is a little bit more pointed and you get your brush saturated. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply it right here. And what I like to do is I like to extend it a little bit further from my inner corner. Okay, so this is looking good. I find I just need to intensify my lower lash line again with the brown to just kind of meet with the gold. I'm gonna go ahead with Ladybird in my inner corner. This is a ColourPop shadow that every time I use it again, I'm like, why do I not use it all the time? Just because it's a wonderful shadow. Actually, I'm gonna go with my fingers. Yeah, this just added that extra pop I wanted. Just wanted like my inner corner to be a little bit more, you know, something. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna just take away some excess of lip balm that I put on, and we're gonna do a little mixology. I'm gonna use my Rare Beauty, I think this is called like a lip souffle, and this is in the shade Inspire, but I wanna make it slightly more orangey. I really wanna have an orange lip moment. So I'm gonna add something a little bit brighter to the mix. So this is a Color Fix by Danessa Myricks. It's in the shade Jelly Bean. It's one of her neon shades. Mixing both of them together with my little spatula until I get the desired orange that I want. Now I'm gonna take a lip brush. I'm gonna apply it more on the center of my lips. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna steal the rest of my lipstick on here, on the back of my hand. I'm gonna apply it really lightly on the cheeks. I find that it's the nicest way to have like a cohesive look, just because it is the exact same color that's on your lips. Forgot mascara. I'm gonna take my trusty Lash Princess. All right, guys, so here is the final look. I'm really happy with it, and it's really cool. I'll show you guys a picture of what I looked like the first time I started using this palette, and then compared to how I'm doing my makeup now. It's really cool to look back. Really cool to use product that you used to love and that you use so differently, and now using it differently. How many times am I gonna say different? it's really cool. So I really want to thank my friend Tiffany for telling me to do this collab with her. And you guys definitely need to go check out her video because she is amazing and I adore her, and I'm sure you will too. And if you're watching me, you're probably already following her, so go check out her video. I'm gonna link it right here, and it's gonna be in my description box as well. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.